Welcome to Outlaws Unleashed. My name is Kent, and I'm joined with Grandma today. Today we're talking a little about rebels and outlaws. So, Grandma, when did you find out you were a rebel?
Oh, that started very early in my life.
Yeah,
I
making it
was,
easy for you.
yes, I was 6 years old in first grade. I came from a family which was sort of mm, with alcohol and abuse and violence and stuff. So
Yeah.
the teachers at school was not treating me good because of this. But I liked Jesus. I loved Jesus.
Yeah.
And the teacher who was teaching us about Jesus, he was not a good man. So I was staying there in the first grade and I was thinking like this, too scared to say so, of course. I was thinking like this, this Jesus would never do. 6 years old I was.
That's an early start.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from an early age, then. So how did it change over the years? It must have been an interesting journey, to say at least.
Yes, it was.
Hmm.
Um, when I got a little bit older, I moved away from home and I spent many years of my life trying to be like everyone else, trying to be part of society, if you like.
Hmm.
And now I'm old, I'm a grandma, and I discovered I spent so many years of my life trying to be a part of the society, and it's a society I don't want to be a part of.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. What do you think about rebels in? So we both live in Norway.
yeah,
You think it's different here from other countries, being the outsider like this, or is it the same? You think?
um, I don't know. Norway is a small country, and
Hmm.
maybe more confirmed than a lot of other countries, I guess.
Mhm.
So, like if you, like if it's in America, I think it's easier to be a rebel or to be different or to be an outsider or what you would call it.
Yeah. When you're talking about this conformity, is this special for Norway, or do you think it's the same in other countries, or they have different kinds of this?
No, I think it's the same all over.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mainly the same.
Yeah.
And uh, this what we have been through since 2020.
Mhm.
I think it made it clear for a lot of people like us, rebels,
Mm.
or what you would call us,
Yeah.
that
There was a big the society crystallized at that time. I think, at least,
yeah,
people got very divided, and
yes,
people often got in one camp or another.
yes,
I don't think it's uh, too far away to say we are in the same camp, to say like this, but it's
yeah,
the majority is in the other camp.
yes.
So, how do you think this has affected the outsiders? Is it so it's one thing now, and it's
Yeah.
one thing before in the history. Let's say from your young age to now. Is there any examples you can think of? that compares with the last years?
I grew up after the war, and we had what we called the Cold War. But at that time, we were very much, how to say, in school and stuff. We was taught to appreciate freedom and freedom of speech and to love your country. It was very much like this, and all these things I grew up with is like it's like forbidden now. If I appreciate some of those values today, they would call me a Nazi and a racist and a conspiracy theorist and every bad word in the book, you know? Yeah.
It seems like the society before was more conform towards an old center, more conservative, maybe.
Yes.
Or it's more.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say so. Yes.
Yeah.
I would say so. Yes.
How will this compare for today, you think?
I'm not sure if the world is more crazy today than it was before. I'm not sure. Just for me, who grew up after the war, it feels a lot more crazy today. But I'm not sure if it is. So, but for example, one example in John F. Kennedy was murdered in 1963. That was when the word conspiracy theorist started, you know? And that word started because some people said that the CIA was behind it. It was a conspiracy to take out Kennedy because he wanted peace. And those people was treated very harshly. Among them, my father. He was branded a conspiracy theorist because he was a sailor, and he was living in America a lot of his time when their boat was going there. So this topic with Kennedy became a big interest to him, and he ended up in psychiatric hospital because of this. They called him conspiracy theorist and with paranoia.
So the conspiracy theory is something that's thrown around now.
Yes,
you get a label, and
I'm a conspiracy theorist. In how to say, if you go to the mainstream media, people like me, they are called conspiracy theorists because, for example, because I don't believe in this climate hysteria. CO2 is not a poison. CO2 is necessary for life. All
Agreed.
life is dependent on, and the photosynthesis is what give us oxygen and life, and the sun gives us life. So,
what do you think the mainstream is? If people like us are so on the edge, can we call it? And why do people center so much as they do? And why do you think we go to the edges, say like this?
Why we are a minority, you mean?
So why do you, maybe it's difficult for someone like us to explain it, but what is your best guess that somebody chooses the mainstream
Yeah,
media like this? And
that's
why?
very easy.
Yeah.
That's very easy. That's fair. People are very fearful of not being a part of the herd, or not being a part of the society, or losing friends, or whatever. To understand this, you have to go back in history again, like Nazi Germany, for example. It's that this is how they make this. They know how to make people scared, and they make people scared, and it seems like it's something in people's brains, I think, that when people get scared, they lose the ability for logic reason, for example. Yeah.
And why do you think people like us make a different choice?
Because we are not scared of death.
So easy?
Yes, I think so. Because the first thing, the main thing they use to scare people, to scare the masses, they use the fear of death, because that's every human being's ultimate fear. So if one is not fear of dying, you don't fall for this. You don't lose your ability to logic reason. I think it's as simple as this.
What if I say social constructs? What do you think about this? Can this have something to do with the same?
Absolutely, yes. Because the society is constructed with colleagues and friends and family and everything like this. And one of the main needs for every human being is this sense of belonging. And people are very scared of losing that.
If you compare someone like us that went to the schools and did everything mainstream like this, and compare us towards someone that's more traditionally an outlaw or a rebel, I think most people think outlaw, rebel, maybe it's a biker or you're in a gang or something like this.
Yes.
I think it's safe to say that we're not in a gang.
I used to be a biker. Not Harley, but I was a biker when I was young.
Okay, so you had your footing in this.
Yes, absolutely.
But I think it's safe to say that not everybody has this. So how can people come to this journey and be a rebel and an outlaw and pretty much look like everybody else on the outside?
Oh, the history is full of rebels who is what you would call normal people.
Mm.
Look at, for example, the uprising against the Vietnam War. People have been rebels all the time throughout history. And for example, what we are doing now with this program, we are going from being rebel to do something rebel with recording this program. And the uprising against the Vietnam War, for example, it showed that millions of people were rebels. And when they uprised, they was going from being rebel to doing rebel stuff, like we are doing now. So, and the world need this. The world need this.
When you say like, the world needs this, what comes to your mind?
We will lose how to say, we will lose ourselves, we will lose freedom of speech, we will lose everything if we don't. It's so important because what happened these past 5 years, especially since March 2020, is this mass formation psychosis. It's called in like the same what we have been subjected to and still are is the same that happened in Germany in the 30s, where tens of millions of people they was really believing that Hitler was God. Really. That's how far you can drive people. And they have done it again. But now on a global scale. Before internet, it was not possible to make this global in a scale which it is now. Now it's much easier to make it global, this mass formation psychosis or this psyop or what you would call it. But it's definitely a psyop, a big one.
I think if people want to see more about this, there is an excellent interview by Matthias Desmet on Tucker Carlson.
Yes, you can find it on YouTube. Yes. There you will know everything. Matthias Desmet, he has studied this mass formation psychosis. He's a professor with the Ghent University in Belgium. And he's very good explaining to people what mass formation psychosis is.
If I give you an example for Easter here in Norway.
Yeah.
There was a professor that made a lot of headlines on Facebook. And because of a law that was tried being passed in the Norwegian parliament.
Yes.
What can you say about this?
Oh, that law was the same law which brought Hitler to where he was. They was going to give the government, not only, they was going to give them the power to themselves, telling people when it was a crisis, and they would give themselves all power to what to do during a crisis. That's exactly the same law that gave Hitler the power in 1933. Exactly the same.
How can they think they can get away with this?
I'm not sure, but they stopped it for now. But Maybe they will. Maybe they will. And we will have to go from being rebels to many people, they are in jail already because they are resisting, like you and me are doing, But you and me, we are just ordinary citizens and professionals, lawyers or professors or doctors or something. Many of them are already in jail. And we are staying here thinking, no, this will not happen with us, But we have to look at history again. It always.
I'm thinking about Canada.
Yeah.
There was these truckers. I guess everybody knows, or at least they can search about it. That's an example that verifies your theory.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes.
How do you this example that we are making now about this law? This is from Norway. Maybe if there's somebody watching that's not from Norway, have you an example except from Canada that's comparable? You think, for example, Europe. Is this the same as Norway? Or has Norway gone further or not so far as the rest of Europe?
Yeah, with this law they try to pass now, this Hitler law, which I call it, they have been taking it further, I think. But like Britain, for example, is very bad at the moment. I was in London just some months ago, and I was finding myself thinking about like in the evening when you stay at the hotel room and stuff, and you open the eggs, and I find myself thinking, no, maybe I cannot share this. I was a little bit hesitant, to be honest. Not because of myself, but I had my grandchild with me. So I was thinking, what if they come to arrest me and she's here alone, Quite crazy. It's crazy, really crazy. Yes.
So, if you compare Europe, Norway to the rest of the world, we give the example about Canada.
Yeah.
And thinking about rebels and conspiracy theorists, are we few here in Norway compared to other countries, or are a lot of us?
Yes, we are few. We are few. I think so. Yes. Yes.
How do you base this?
Because Norwegians traditionally are very confirmed, and we just follow the herd, most of us. So, but the main thing, like we started with, being a rebel, it sounds like something negative, but being a rebel is not negative, it's something positive. And to go from being a rebel to doing rebel stuff like we do now, when we make this program and we go out to the world, it will create some kind of result. And most people, they concentrate on I need to do this to have this result, and they forget the B part,
which is
because who you are and what you are being a rebel, and to do rebel stuff, will create a result. And for us, for example, when we start this like we do now, we do not know the result. But when we do this with good intentions, with what we are being, it will be good. And there again, you don't have to be scared. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Mainstream thinking is maybe more scared.
Yes.
It's the thing that pops in my head.
Yes.
Are you fearless, Grandma?
Absolutely not. No. No, I'm not fearless. No. I'm scared of a lot of stuff. Really, I am.
No.
But
But still, here you are.
yeah. But truth makes me safe. I'm not scared of dying. Really not. I don't want to die. I want to see my grandchildren grow. I want to, there's so much in life I want to experience and to do and to see. And I love nature and everything like this. I don't want to die, but I'm not scared. And I think maybe that's the main difference of, of people who fall for these psyop things and don't fall for it. Like, for example, I think we have to speak about this. For example, there's a distinct difference between objective truth and opinion. And what people are losing when they get scared is to see the difference. So, and I think we have to speak about these vaccines. And then I mean COVID vaccines, because I have taken a lot of vaccines. Like in 2004, I was taking some months off from work to go travel the earth. I was taking a lot of vaccines. I was taking rabies, tetanus, hepatitis B, a lot of them. You know, I'm not against vaccines. But this COVID vaccine, the logic conclusion for me was 8 months from developing to testing to rollout is not possible. So when our prime minister and everyone else was staying there in TV and saying it's safe and effective, it's safe and effective, there was no way they could know, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So my conclusion was they are lying. They are lying to their teeth, because it's not possible to know this after 8 months. So I was thinking, at least I will wait and see and check a little bit more, you know?
Well, it was the same reason for me also. I also wanted to wait and see and not be rushed about this. And
yes.
No other vaccines had been pushed so fast.
No.
At this point. So
and I still wonder why they did it, you know? And who was pushing them this hard. But the biggest shock for me was suddenly the American task force in the White House in America was sitting here in my living room and telling me what to do. That was the biggest shock for me.
Oh.
And so
You're telling me you're not a fan of the face diapers?
no. Yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah. And
Oh.
it's not so much about politics. Sometimes I'm thinking politics is just a theater or something stupid, or I don't know what to say, but when people who have power can do something like this, because it was so simple, it was so obvious to me. The task force in the White House gave the orders to WHO, World Health Organization, and our prime minister took her orders from there. That's how Dr. Fauci landed in my living room. And I was very resentful about this.
You think this can happen again?
Absolutely, yes, it can. It can.
Any ideas of when?
No, I don't know. I think that this new administration in America gives some hope. We have also Eastern Europe. They are not mainstream. Not Poland, not Hungary, not Czechia. That gives some hope, I think.
I agree. What do you think about the rest of the world regarding this? There's of course a big change in the US.
Yeah.
Before Biden and Trump.
Yeah.
There seems to be some kind of hope.
I like how you say Biden. I like that one. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
It's we will see now. Maybe one video, our channel is taken down.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. Yes. We will see.
But it's an important topic. So I think your journey and my journey met during COVID and the lockdowns. Yes. And
maybe we should tell a little bit about that.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Yes. Yes. Before COVID, my best friend hanged herself. And that's how I got to know her brother, because I never knew him. And then he died. And that was your best friend. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. And yes. And before he died, he was asking me to send to you hydroxychloroquine. I don't know if we can say even that word on this channel, you know?
I don't care.
No.
Just go for it.
Yes. And so that's how I got to know your name. So when he died, you were left alone and I was left alone from my friend dying. So
pretty much.
That's how we got to know each other. Yes. That's how we got to know each other. So yes.
Strange coincidences.
Yes. But nothing is a coincidence. Absolutely nothing. No.
I agree.
Yeah. We conspiracy theorists, we know this. Nothing is a coincidence. Yeah.
Strangely enough, it seems to be one conspiracy theory after another that seems to be true.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So,
And the first one,
Hmm.
the Kennedy assassination,
Mhm.
that was the first one. Seems to be true that also.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all of them coming after. So,
yeah, it will be interesting to see how this all plays out.
yes,
Uh,
yes, it will be. Yes.
I think I should ask you what is freedom?
Maybe that should be a topic for next time, because that's a big, big, big question.
I agree.
Yes.
I think this has been pretty short and sweet.
Yes.
First
Yes.
introduction.
Yeah.
I think
Good
we will
start.
leave.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. So I think maybe we will leave it at this, and I will say thank you for everybody watching. Thank you for the nice talk.
Thank you. Yes.
And
Thank you also.
I'll see you
See you
next time.
next time. Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.